All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to English 101. My name is Professor Warren, and I'm so glad that you're taking this course. So let's start very quickly with the syllabus. Now, your syllabus might have a few changes, but the information is still going to be the same. The only changes that would be different is class date and location and time. So make sure that you are, aware of where you need to go. But everything else will be the same. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is to show you what your course should look like. The more important things that you need to be aware of are, as always, the syllabus tab, the discussion tab, the send mail tab, and then down here where it says English 101 Common Writing Assignments. So let's first start with the syllabus for this course. So clicking on the syllabus, it should pull up the syllabus for you. Again, here is where their course section is, the semester, the credit hours, times and day, and then class location. Currently, this is my email address, so if you need me, you can always email me here. And I don't currently have an office or office phone. The best way to get in touch with me is through email. I also have virtual office hours, which are between 9 to 4 on Wednesday and Friday. Again, these may change, just make sure you look at your syllabus. But virtual office hours are the best way to get a hold of me, so just email me, let me know what times work for you, and we'll set something up. So the course description, so English 101, Ideas and Their Expressions 2, is designed to build on students' writing experiences in English 100, providing practice in various processes of composition that emphasize academic research skills. The course reviews the foundational elements of college writing as well as introduce students to the techniques of research writing in the disciplines. So this is all to say that you should have taken English 100 before this course. English 100 is based more around ideas of composition and writing skills, where more of our focus is on academic research skills. So if you still need help with writing, we will go over writing strategies, but just know that our main focus is research skills. Our student learning objectives. So again, this is a general education mandated course, categorized under written communication. So the importance of this course really is to enhance your written communication. As such, the required general education, your SLOs, for this course are as follows. 1, to apply writing practices appropriate to specific tasks and audiences, and to integrate the use of appropriate information technology tools throughout the writing. More specifically, by the end of this course, you should be able to demonstrate writing. You should ultimately be able to demonstrate a good writing process, incorporate standard grammar and mechanics, employ flexible strategies for generating, ideas, drafts, and revising your writing, illustrate critical thinking skills, be able to utilize digital tools for composing text, so PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, various other technologies. Identify, evaluate, incorporate, and properly document borrowed information. So again, research skills. Be able to do revision and peer edit for self-assessment, and be able to work well with others. Right now, these are required textbooks. Again, yours might change, but for our purposes, here's the required text, which is the Easy Writer and Everything's an Argument 8th edition. So let's look at the grading policy. So this is how you will be graded. So be aware of that. So this will mostly impact, your midterm grade as well as your final grade. So this is how your grade is allocated. So again, this is based on 100%, and here's how it's broken down. The first unit, Unit 1, will have a proposal paper. Unit 2 will have an annotated bibliography. Unit 3 will have an outline and thesis statement assignment. Unit 4 will have an argumentative researched essay. And then there's the additional miscellaneous assignments. And again, you can see over here the percentages with the most percentages allocated to the argumentative research essay. So in Unit 1, you will compose a 1-page, 2 to 3 paragraph proposal engaging first and third person academic narrative writing that invites their peer audience into their research topic or argument and persuades their audience that their research topic is worth exploring. Research proposals are like abstracts that provide readers with an introduction or snapshot into the writer's research. Again, if you're still confused on what a proposal is, don't worry, we'll go over it in class. I'm just letting you know what each of these are. In Unit 2, you'll be doing an annotated bibliography. And here you will essentially find sources. You'll create an annotated bibliography, which essentially means you give me the citation information and give me a paragraph afterwards telling me what this paper is about, essentially. Unit 3, outline plus explicit thesis statement. So here you are going to have to do an outline. I will give you the outline template, and you fill in the template. This helps to prepare you to draft your paper and to sort of visualize what the paper will look like. Unit 4 has an argumentative research essay, so this is the final paper, and it's more a project than a paper. Because you do give me the paper, but you also will have to present your paper through PowerPoint, like Prezi or Microsoft PowerPoint, or any other sort of slideshow program that you might be more comfortable using. I'm pretty open about that. The miscellaneous assignments. So in your miscellaneous assignments, which I'll have the rubric available to you, essentially miscellaneous assignments include any homework, classwork, and your participation grade. They're all wrapped up into one grade. So essentially most of what will be considered miscellaneous assignments are free writing assignments. I give you a free writing assignment every day for class, and all you do is I give you a little prompt, and you have between 5 to 10 minutes usually to respond to that prompt. And they're always about the readings that I give you the night before. So again, make sure you stay on top of the readings, and you should be fine in this aspect. I don't generally look for right answers. I look for well thought out answers. However, if it becomes apparent that, students aren't participating in the course, if I ask questions and no one's responding, those free writing assignments will turn into quizzes at the beginning of each class. So please keep that in mind. If you're not participating in class and the majority of the class is not participating, then free writing assignments will turn into quizzes. In addition, we'll also have discussion boards. There will be a few days in the semester where instead of class, we do a discussion board. Or if you have an excused absence, you're allowed to do the discussion board. So discussion boards are found in the discussions tab on Blackboard, and you need to do the discussion board on the day of the missed class before 11:59 p.m. So again, if you're sick and say you miss class on, January 11th, right? Then you need to do that discussion board on January 11th before 11:59 p.m. That's and the reason we do this is that you're doing that in lieu of coming to class. So you do the discussion board, it'll give you a prompt or what have you, and you make sure to complete it. And that will count as both your attendance and your participation grade. So again, most of these are the same things you've went over probably in your other courses, the use of Blackboard, makeup exams. So again, this is university mandated because again, permissible reasons for making up work is sickness, death of immediate family, participation in a university related activity, and sometimes generally other excuses. So just make sure that you are communicating with me if you need to miss a course. So let's go down to extra credit. So I do not give out extra credit assignments. The only time you can get extra credit in this course is if you turn in the final product for a particular assignment early. So for instance, any of the papers that we have, if you turn in the final copy early, even a day early, you'll get 2 bonus points added to that grade. The late work policy, again, this is the same policy as, being absent, right? You'll obviously get an extension if it's sickness with documentation, a death of a relative, so you have to show me, prove that, or a university-related activity. Again, if you're doing a university-related activity, get the person who coordinates that event to send me documentation. I also do allow 1 late assignment. So if you don't have an excused absence, I do allow 1 late assignment that doesn't include the final paper. But you're only allowed 1, and you can submit that for a 20-point deduction per day. After 3 days, which is 72 hours, it will just be marked as a 0. So there is a little wiggle room, because I know life comes up for people, so there is a little wiggle room there. I don't want to be that much of a jerk, right? So you got a little wiggle room there. Again, classroom citizenship, again, we'll be talking about some very sensitive topics in class, mainly related to social diversity and social justice. Those are things that I'm interested in, and I'm sure you all are probably interested in. So if somebody has a differing opinion, all I ask is to make sure that you're respectful to them. No yelling, no yelling, no getting out of your chair and going to go, punch somebody, right? We're gonna all be good citizens, right? Again, compliance with Americans with Disabilities Act. If you have a disability, you have to go through ORS, provide documentation, and we can make adjustments based on that. Title IX, technical support, field trips, we're not going to have any, so don't worry about that. Here's a link to the student handbook if you need it, and just, sexual misconduct policy, and other sort of procedures if you are in need of them. Academic dishonesty policy. So again, this is all to say, don't cheat. We'll do an academic integrity course here in a few days, which I'll talk more about what is considered plagiarism and cheating. But here it is, according to the university. We shouldn't have any problems, but here it is laid out for you. You can take a second and read that yourself. So let's look at the academic calendar. So I think this is a very unique way to set this up. You can see all the different units. They're color-coded for you. Color-coded for you. So they should be easy to follow. If you look over here on the third tab, these are all the readings that we'll have done. So if you take, for instance, January 13th, you're required to read Everything's an Argument, 484 to 491. That means that reading needs to be done before you come to class on January 13th. So again, when you come into class on January 13th, you have to have read that reading. And that applies to all the readings. So on January 18th, make sure you read all of the readings found in the Reading Critically folder. We'll go over what that is here in a second. January 20th, make sure you read your research question PDF and Everything's an Argument, right? Pretty easy to follow. The middle column, this is where the due dates for assignments will be. So your first assignment, which is the proposal, is due January 27th at 11:59 p.m. online. So make sure you pay attention here. These will, and I've even bolded them in red for you. Make sure you pay attention to those very, very important due dates. And yeah, one other thing I want to mention is if you see writing day, writing day means we will not be in class on that day. So when we have a writing day, usually you'll have to complete a discussion post unless otherwise said so. If you see writing day and it doesn't see complete discussion post, that means there's not going to be one on that day. Writing days are days that I cancel class, so you have a little extra time to write. However, during that time, you can contact me. I'll be on Zoom or in the classroom. I'll let you know ahead of time, and you can come in and ask for one-on-one help with me. So I like to do that for students, and it seems to have worked out well in the past, because sometimes, there's just some things you're like, I need to talk to Professor Warren about, and, or maybe just have a place to sit. Sometimes if we have a writing day, but I'm still in class, you can come in and use that time to work and show me things. So just be aware of that. So even though it's a writing day and you don't have to come to class, there is going to be a discussion post due for everybody that day. All right, so let's go to the next important thing you need to be aware of, which is the Send Mail tab. Again, if you hit Send Mail, you can use that to send me a message, or you can just go on your Microsoft login. Your My Grades, so again, this is where your grades will be posted. But let's look at English 101 Common Writing Assignments. So if we click on that, it's labeled all these different, units. So let's use Unit 1, for example. So in Unit 1, this is where you'll submit the proposal, the first project. This will be the submission. So you go in here and you browse local files, you attach your file, and you submit it. Also, when you click here, there will be the assignment instructions. So if you click on that, if you looked in the syllabus, right? So if we went to the syllabus and we saw in Unit 1, right? These are your textbooks, but then there's things like reading critically, read all the readings in the reading critically folder. And then how does popular culture stereotype you? So what you do is, again, I've put these all in Unit 1. So what you would do is go to English 101, go to Unit 1, and then find that folder, open it up, and then read everything in here, right? I'll also post the lectures, so the PowerPoint slides, if I have one for that day, they'll also be posted here afterwards. So after the course, I'll post them here. And so for example, I have in Unit 1, you need to read things in this folder. So here, there'll be a video and a reading that you need to do for that day. Hopefully this makes sense and this is really straightforward. Again, almost everything you need is going to be here. So again, in Unit 2, for the annotated bibliography, there's this folder to read, and then there's the submission. Unit 4, same thing. So again, if you're on your syllabus and it's not a day that you're reading the textbook, which is either Easy Writer or Everything's an Argument, because those are the names of your textbooks. If it's telling you to read all the readings found in a folder, make sure you go to that unit, you open that folder, and you read everything in there. All right, and I think that's about it of everything I wanted to go over with you. Everything is pretty straightforward. Again, over here's the support tab if you do need help with Blackboard or the library, or if you need online tutoring. Other than that, I'm pretty sure that that's everything you need to know. As always, you can email me or ask me in class any questions that you have, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. All right, well, thank you again for taking this course, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.